Hi Pisces, welcome to your weekly reading for January 24th to the 30th. I also wanted to say a quick thank you for all of you who subscribe, who like and comment on the videos. They're so helpful for the channel and I'm so grateful that you're here. So I wanted to express my gratitude there. Okay, so this week it feels like you're really building a lot of inner strength. And that inner strength, it feels like it's very, like below the surface, but it's almost like there's this rumbling that's coming up. And it's so interesting that this action card came up because that's kind of the energy of what I was feeling. It's this, something is coming, something is approaching, something is about to take off. And I also feel as though there's a lot of energetically things shifting in your life where you're being placed or relocated into, this could be a physical relocation or just energetically, you're being pulled out of something that is not serving you and, being placed into a place where you can really grow, a place where you can focus, a place where you can really thrive. And that could look like, some people kind of leaving your life in the sense that you may kind of not be as close with some of the people that you've been close with, or there's just some relationships I feel like realigning for you. And for others, it's a physical relocation. But whatever it is, there's movement. And it feels like there is something kind of brewing underneath the surface and you're building it. You're really building it. And I also see that you're really being very protective of what you're building as well. I'm not seeing that you're sharing it with too many people. You're protecting it because it matters to you, because you don't want, too much of that intrusive energy into your sphere. I feel like that's really strong right now for, almost all the signs where it's like, everyone's kind of in their secret laboratories just working away at something and not really coming out and showing anyone yet. And everyone's like waiting for this like big reveal is what it feels like. At least the energy feels that way. But I think that there's something kind of building in you and there's an inner strength that's really building in you. I can see it's like right underneath the surface. It's like a strong foundation, a strong base. And what they're telling me is that you've really accumulated and you've built it for yourself. And it may be something where some of you may not even be aware of how strong you really are, how much you can handle, how much you can actually cope. Because I feel like on the surface, it's very different. Like what you show on the surface is very different from what's underneath. I'm getting strong Scorpio vibes as well. So it's like there is this big iceberg underneath is almost kind of what I'm seeing. And it almost maybe something you don't see in yourself as well for some of you. Like you're not aware of how much you've grown, or you're not aware of how much, to what extent you could really handle, how much of life you can actually really handle. So I almost kind of feels like there may be some experiences that you'll encounter, certain situations where it really requires you to pull out that inner strength, and you find that you're able to handle it a lot better than you thought you would, or you're able to kind of cope a lot better with things than you thought you would, or get through things, or really stand in your empowerment more so than what you would have expected yourself. So it's almost like you're catching yourself off guard as well with how much you've grown. But there's something building, there's something coming, there's something brewing is what it feels like. There's like a storm coming, but it feels exciting. It feels like it's charged, like it's heavily charged. Like there's this electrical charge to it. Getting ready to go, getting ready to move. There's something approaching. Knight of Swords. Okay, so communication, clarity. Ten of Cups. Some of you may even be, oh, these cards are just flying out today. So let me just stop talking for a second and let these cards come out. Chariot. Okay. So for some of you, so again, there's this relocation, there's like this moving away from something. Some of you may be getting like a job offer to move somewhere, because the Two of Pentacles often shows up when there's movement or there's some kind of opportunity coming towards us. And it's also the card of balancing, being able to, it's almost like you might have to like make a choice or a decision of which way you want to go. So some of you, some kind of opportunity or some kind of offer may put you at a crossroads. But I really feel like this offer is something that is going to really kind of take you to some exciting new adventures almost. Look at that, Page of Pentacles. It's like an opportunity to really build upon something or really give you that new beginning or that fresh start. I feel like that's how you're going to see it. What else can we know about this? Yeah, look at that. Look at all those. There's a lot of opportunities coming your way. There's some kind of message, something coming your way here in terms of job offers or some kind of move. I'm also seeing some of you may have like looked at a place, like a home that you really love, and you're like waiting back from the real estate agent, or you're waiting for your offer to go through, something like that. So that may be coming in here for some of you as well. And it's like you're ready to, start this new beginning in an actual physical home. So I'm seeing that for some. And others of you, this is about job offers, this is about opportunities, some kind of chance to kind of go in another direction, kind of. And I feel like this is something you've been manifesting for quite some time. I feel like this is something that you've been building on, something you've been kind of like acquiring behind the scenes. And now you're kind of ready to, and I feel like you might have used your creativity as well. So some of you may be really using your creativity to kind of help you pretty much like airlift you out of some kind of dynamic or some kind of energy or situation and go towards something that is much more fulfilling and something that gives you an opportunity to nurture your life and, really give something the chance to grow. Like you see the potential for it. And here in the 10 of Cups and 4 of Cups, so there may be, some of you may be in a long-term relationship or have been coming out of a long-term relationship where I keep hearing, I don't know. So maybe some of you are unsure about some kind of connection, or there's like a change of heart almost, or there's like I'm hearing drifting away. So maybe there's some connections that are drifting away, like growing apart kind of thing. So there's this 4 of Cups of needing to take some time to yourself, kind of emotionally withdraw. So we have the World card here. So that's definitely an ending to a chapter. So for some, it could be an ending to a relationship, but for others, it could just be the ending to the way something has been. And it's kind of like the dynamics of the relationship, like the way something has been is changing. That's definitely ending. And that is causing one or both people to take some time to emotionally withdraw and think about what they want, or, where they want to put their energy, like if they still want this or not kind of thing. So again, there's a crossroads. So you're definitely at a major crossroads here where you're kind of deciding where you want to go, where you want to move to. But there's something kind of shifting here in terms of relationships. Your money situation is also changing as well, because we have the 10 of Wands with the 5 of Pentacles and the Chariot. So that is definitely changing for you too, which is a really good thing, because the 5 of Pentacles is the card of lack. It's the card of feeling out in the cold, not having enough, not being provided for, not being nurtured or nourished. And it almost feels as though some of you might have, it's like some of you with that 10 of Wands, I'm kind of seeing that you take on a lot of other people's stuff. Like you are always there for other people. Maybe you're helping a lot of people. And sometimes it's like we deplete our energy because we don't get some of that same energy back. So you're always there for others, but they're very rarely there for you. But I feel like that is something that's kind of coming to an end here with the 10 of Wands, because it's a big burden, it's a heavy weight to carry on your shoulders. And it's leaving you kind of, without. It's you're not provided for. It's not enough. It's not enough for you to nurture and nourish your life, and you deserve that. You know, everyone does. So it's like making those necessary changes with the Chariot card. It's like you're moving on to someplace or some kind of new like vibe in your life that will help you like bring in a different type of story, is what I'm hearing, like a different narrative or a different kind of the way things are. I feel like that's changing for you. The way things are changing for you. Let's go back to the world here. Can we have one more for the world? Yeah. So it's kind of, I heard secrets. So maybe there's some secrets that we need to kind of, that you're feeling like need to either come out, or you're feeling like there's some secrets that aren't being said. And that's why you are needing to kind of pull away or withdraw from some kind of relationship, because maybe you feel like your partner is not completely telling the whole story or telling the whole truth about something, or vice versa. I kind of feel like there's this unknown, like I don't know what to believe. I don't know what's real. I don't know what's right. Something kind of feels like it's in the dark. There's some kind of unknown going forward with that moon card. I really did hear the word secret, so I feel like that's important here. We have one more, the moon. For Pisces. And we have the Tower card. So there's definitely a foundation breaking down. The dynamic is changing. Could be an ending to a relationship that you're going through. And it feels like there's like an unknown there. Can we have... What's coming up for Pisces in this situation? Ooh, like that. That's nice. Queen of Pentacles, independence. So, you know, for some of you, perhaps if there is an ending to a relationship, I feel like the Queen of Pentacles is actually a really beautiful card to show up on top of that, because this is the card of you kind of reinvesting in yourself and taking care of yourself, nurturing yourself, and coming back to yourself. So if some of you are experiencing this, then this is all about you putting that energy towards yourself, refilling your cup, which is beautiful because we have the Five of Pentacles over here and the Ten of Wands. And this is just like depleting. You know, I feel like there's some kind of dynamic that's been really depleting for you, and you're ready to move on to abundance. I feel like that's what you need. You need abundance. Okay, let's look into the Chariot here. Where are we moving towards? I feel like there's something you've been slowly building, something that you've been working on, and you're ready to execute on something. It's like, yeah, look at that. Oh my gosh, how beautiful, the Sun card. So you have the Queen of Swords. So again, this is all about, I'm also feeling like you really use strategy. There's something you were very strategic about. So you might have been able to sense that there's something that needs to change in your life, or there's some kind of dynamic that's already changing. And so you might have spent quite a bit of time building and coming up with this creative way of how to rebuild your life, and how to kind of set yourself up for the future, for when you do want to change courses, you're taken care of, and you have those choices and options available to you. And so I feel as though you knew that you kind of had this heavy burden. Something is not working. Like, it's something that the Ten of Wands is something where at some point something's got to give. There's no way you can keep carrying that huge weight on your shoulders, on your back for much longer, right? It's like, it's only going to take you, at some point, this is going to it's going to take a toll on you. And so I feel like you felt that coming, like you sensed that coming. So you were kind of getting ready to build this new beginning. There's something else coming in here for you. And now you're ready to start to execute on going forward. And again, with that action card, I felt like there's something brewing. There's something coming. There's something that you've built that has very strong, stable, it's very strong and stable, and it will carry you, will protect you. It will protect you, and it will keep you safe and happy. I feel like there's a lot of happiness coming in here for you as well. You know, the Queen of Swords is someone who doesn't really need to, there's a very independent energy here as well. So it's like, you're doing things on your own terms in your own way, and you're not really you're not cross-checking or validating with other people, seeking their permission if this is okay or not. This is about you being very empowered in your choices and your decisions, and giving yourself that choice that you can kind of build and mold your life exactly the way you want it and be happy. So I think happiness is so important for you right now. And I love that this Sun card is sitting on top of the 10 of Wands and 5 of Pentacles, because of your planning, your strategy, your intellect, your intuition, you trusting yourself, you being I feel like you were very proactive. It's like you were planning, and being very diligent about like investing your energy into these long-term goals for yourself. And now things are starting to sprout. Things are going to start to really bloom and come into fruition for you. And you're going to really be able to enjoy those fruits of that labor. So there's a lot of beautiful happiness and relief. I'm hearing the word relief come in here for you. Oh my gosh. And then look at that, the Empress. Wow. So very empowering, it's like you're creating your life. This is divine feminine energy strongly coming through here with that Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, and then the Empress and the Sun. It's just really beautiful. It's very bountiful, abundant. It's almost like you're ready for harvest. It's like all of this hard work and labor that you've been pouring into your dreams and your visions is, yes, realigning some things that are coming, that are maybe ending in your life. But I feel like you saw it coming. I get the sense that you knew something was going to start to shift. And maybe you were ready for that shift. Maybe you were ready for that. And that's why you started building for this. You were able to foresee into, the future and be able to build something else for yourself. But you have abundance coming in. And this is a very independent energy too. This is something where you can kind of like take care of yourself and provide for yourself here. Okay. Oh, wow. Beautiful. Metamorphosis. So lots of change, and it's like you have taken that into your own hands. It's almost like you've gotten yourself unstuck from some kind of situation or some kind of dynamic here, but you're going through a major change, a major metamorphosis. It's like a 180 is what I'm hearing. It'll feel like a 180. Yeah. This is also about you honoring what brings you joy and what brings you pleasure. So it's like you've cultivated and curating your life towards honoring what makes you happy. I think this is all about you prioritizing your happiness and your joy and what helps you to come alive, what honors you in that way. This is very important, empowering work as well, because I think that this is also something that changes. I'm picking up on this. So I feel like some of you are part of this kind of movement of really changing the way we, like these preconceived notions of what we think we're supposed to be loyal to, but we're like unhappy with inside, but we're supposed to stick with or stay with for the sake of tradition or for the sake of like, this is what's expected of us. And I feel like there's a lot of people kind of changing that narrative or changing the way more so than, I feel like that's always been there, but I feel like there's more and more people kind of doing this, like more people kind of stepping outside of tradition and kind of taking something into their own hands and saying, I don't want to be a part of this, or I don't want to do this, and being more independent in that way. I don't know why, but I felt that. So maybe for some of you, that's something that's specific to your own life. Like that's something that's specific to your own family, like you are the one breaking some kind of generational pattern or some kind of ancestral pattern of where, you are allowing yourself to prioritize your own happiness when it may have been taught to like sacrifice that. So I feel like this is about undoing that teaching of self-sacrifice and putting ourselves first, or making sure that self-love and self-care is a vital part of our journey. Oh my gosh, look at this. More transformation. Butterfly spirit. Transformation is beautiful. Yeah, so you really transformed into an example is what I feel. I feel like you're really starting to set an example of of what this inner work can bring to one's life, like the beauty that it brings to one's life, being able to feel present and being able to call in the opportunities, the connections, the relationships that nourish one's life rather than deplete them. And I feel like you saw how that was maybe depleting you in some ways, like some of the things that were in your life. And now you have done that work to kind of undo all of that or rewire, kind of go in and you've really built something beautiful for yourself. And I feel like now there's this like harvest coming in that for you. You're ready to break out of the cocoon. You're ready to get on that chariot and move forward. There's the Sun card coming out. You have the Empress. So a very abundant week. But I just feel like it's not just, for this week. You have a lot of beautiful manifestations coming in here. And I feel like February is going to be really good for you, Pisces. So I'm excited to see what we have coming up for you in February. So that's your reading for this week. I hope it resonated. If it did, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you for next week. Bye, Pisces.